Haley Setzer, March 30th, Persuasive speech. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And that quote is said by Winston Churchill. And it's basically about volunteering, because you give to others when you volunteer. I've volunteered my whole life, and I love every bit of it. I volunteered at a children's detention home, where I was able to make cookies with kids, and I got to sit down and play with them and get to know them, and it was just a lot of fun. I've also volunteered at a men's homeless shelter. That's the church where they have the men's homeless shelter in the back, and we get to make a dinner for the men, and then we get to serve it to them, and then afterwards we get to sit down with them and talk to them and learn about how their life's going, and we get to know if they are finding a job or if they found a job, and just get to really know them. I've also volunteered at the care center, which is where you deliver food to people who can't necessarily afford it, and you can also sit and talk to them and get to know them as well. I have also volunteered at Operation Christmas Child, where you make sure the boxes that people have made for little kids are appropriate for the kids. Like, people will send toys and stuff, and they send out millions and millions of boxes all over the world to kids. It's for Christmas, and it's just really exciting because they don't get any Christmas gifts, and this is their one gift that they get from us, and it's just really exciting because they show videos of little kids and their faces, and they're just so overjoyed and happy by it. I've also spent a week in Belize, and this is we built this top part for the school we built. We were building a wall around the top part where they could go and play for recess, and this is a little kid that I met there. His name is Edwin. And these are two little kids that I've also met there. The kids were just so happy to see us and play with us. We were new people, and they were just so happy. And this is where the kids lived. It's basically a swamp, so they have docks leading to all their houses, and they have to walk to school every day. And sometimes this one little kid I met had to walk 2 miles every day to school, and she still loved to go to school. They love the school there. So it was a lot of fun, and I wish I got to go this year, but I'm not going to get the same opportunity. But after I volunteer, it makes me feel happy and joyful about myself, because I get to see people's faces, and they're just so happy and overjoyed that I took time out of my life to help them. And I love volunteering because it's just giving back to the community, and it's a whole lot of fun for me. Today, people have become really selfish, and they only think about their needs, and they don't think about others. Today, roads are covered in trash, and streams and rivers are polluted because people just throw stuff in there and they don't care who it's harming. So I have a couple pictures of just people, they just throw stuff out carelessly and don't care about what it's harming, and it's just really sad to see that. And people are dying of starvation and poverty. It's really prevalent in some communities, and people just don't notice it as much nowadays. And I just have a couple pictures just of the people that are homeless, and that's all they have with them is he has probably just his one book bag, and it's just really sad to see that. So people really need to stop and look around and see that others are in great need of help, and they can do something really little to help people like this. Just give them food or give them a place to stay. It's just they can do something small to help someone. And I'm going to give you an extensive overview of why you should volunteer. And I have this quote that I found. I really liked it, so I wanted to share it with y'all. It says, "You have never really lived until you have done something for someone who can never repay you." And I just thought it was really powerful, and I really liked it. So, there's numerous ways you can volunteer. People can have a huge impact on their community if they volunteer. They can, for one, take a trash bag and go to roads and just pick up the trash along the side of the roads. You can do it with a group of friends and make memories of it. It can be a lot of fun if you do it with a group of people. And it's just a lot of fun, and it also makes the community clean and safe, so it's a lot of good for the community. You can also work in a care center. You can make boxes of food and take it to people who can't necessarily get out to get food, or they can afford food because they lost their job. And you can get to know people that work with you to make the boxes, or you can get to know the people that you're taking the food to, so that's a really, really good opportunity to do. If you get the chance, you should do it. And you also get to see the people when you bring them the food, so it's really good to see their faces, just how happy they are that you're actually helping them. It's just a lot of fun. You can also volunteer at an animal shelter, which I like to do because I love animals, and you can clean cages, you can walk the dogs, you can play with the dogs because they love having human contact, and it's just a lot of fun because they have so many animals and not enough people there, so if they get human contact, it's really good and a lot of help. So You can also gain a bunch of skills. You can gain valuable leadership skills. You can make friends. You can learn about career options. And you can make professional contacts. So it's really helpful because you can get to know new people, and it's really good to have those kind of friends because they're just friendly and happy people. And in an article called Volunteering and Surprising Benefits, it states, volunteering keeps you in regular contact with others and helps you develop a solid support system, and which in turn protects you against stress. So everybody has stress. If you volunteer, it'll be lessened, and you're just surrounded by people who are friendly and nice and want to help you and care about you. It's just a good environment to be around. And you can volunteer in different fields, and you can gain experience and understanding about different career options. If you're not sure what you want to do when you get older, you can volunteer and figure out if that's for you or not. And also, if there's a job that you possibly want and they're not hiring, you can volunteer, and it shows the boss that you're dedicated and willing to put in the work for the job. And in the long run, it can really help you in receiving a job. Another benefit is personal growth. You not only gain skills and experience, but it also helps you feel good about yourself, which every time I do it, it just personally makes me feel really, really good about myself. And the look on the people's faces after I've helped them is just priceless, and I'll never forget some people's faces. Studies have been shown that volunteering improves your quality of life. It makes you an overall happy person just because you're helping others. And articles and studies have proven that it makes you live longer as well. And in an article by AFP Relax News, it states that volunteering to help others doesn't only feel good, it can also improve your mental health and help you live longer. So everyone wants to live longer, so you should volunteer. And they conducted a study and found out that volunteers have a lower self-rated levels of depression and high levels of satisfaction. So you won't be depressed, you're just going to be a happy person if you volunteer. And it also keeps you healthy and active. It makes you spend time outside. And volunteering has been linked to that improves cardiovascular health. And if people don't volunteer, the world can become a really harsh and cruel place because people would only think about themselves, and it'd just be a sad place that nobody would really want to live in. So if people work together, they can make things easier on everyone else. And this is all stated in an article called Volunteering and Why I Should Do It. In conclusion, volunteer. It can help you improve your quality of life and help you live longer. It can not only improve your quality of life, but it can improve the quality of life of others. Volunteer and you will see the benefits, because I can guarantee you that I've seen the benefits when I volunteered. If you would like to volunteer, you can just contact your local care center, a local shelter, anywhere you're really interested. If you're interested in animals, or you want to see people and get to know people, I mean, there's just numerous amounts of opportunities in your community. Just call and you can get involved. So, that's my speech.